$1 question. Who called CPS on Miss Shirley mama? Guilty. I didn't know her mama was gonna get on live crashing out afterwards.
So let me get this straight. Somebody went and called CPS on Miss Shirley, and now y'all all mad about it? Maybe some of y'all had flip-flopped on that whole situation with that little Miss Shirley girl, and that man that went and admitted and said that he was the one that snitched and called CPS. Oh no, y'all scare me.
The internet has seen messy, but nothing like this. In a shocking, rage-fueled live stream that's already been clipped, reposted, and dissected across every corner of social media, TikTok's most controversial mom, Miss Shirley, completely lost it after learning fans had reported her to Child Protective Services. Why? Because they claim she's been exploiting her young daughter for likes, clout, and viral fame. And these aren't just petty trolls throwing shade, we're talking thousands of comments, multiple exposed threads, and even leaked screenshots allegedly showing Miss Shirley pushing her child into skits, dances, and funny moments that fans now say crossed every line imaginable. Instead of going silent, Miss Shirley did the opposite. She went live in full attack mode, yelling into the camera, calling out usernames one by one, threatening to sue every hater, and swearing that her daughter loves being on TikTok. Miss Shirley gave the internet a meltdown so unhinged, it's hard to believe it's real. But here's the twist: while she was going off, someone in the live chat claimed they had proof that CPS actually did show up, and that they're still investigating. And that's when things got really ugly. From the moment Miss Shirley first popped up on TikTok, she wasn't like the other mom content creators. While other parents posted wholesome morning routines, snack packing videos, and heartwarming family dances, Miss Shirley came in swinging with a raw, unfiltered, and often chaotic approach that had viewers hooked. Her daughter, barely old enough to start school, became the star of the show. The two would lip-sync to trending audios, act out over-the-top skits, and participate in challenges that pushed the edge of what many thought was appropriate for a child. And at first, the internet loved it. Her blunt personality, sarcastic comebacks, and "don't mess with me" vibe earned her a massive following. Clips of her roasting trolls went viral, with fans calling her the mom TikTok needed. Every time she clapped back at someone in the comments, her follower count spiked. But as her fame grew, so did the criticism. Some viewers began pointing out uncomfortable patterns. Her daughter seemed tired in certain videos, uninterested in filming, or clearly annoyed when Shirley insisted on retakes. A few tea pages started posting side-by-side clips showing how different the little girl's demeanor was off camera versus when the recording light came on. Then came the allegations, forcing her daughter into filming for hours just to nail a trend, using her daughter's cuteness as clickbait for controversial topics, posting personal, emotional moments without the child's consent. At first, Shirley brushed it off as haters being jealous, but the whispers were growing louder. And then she made the move that would turn a simmering controversy into a full-blown inferno. She posted a joke video about her daughter having a crush, complete with dramatic music and captions, tagging it as young love. That was the last straw for many. The comment section exploded with accusations that she was sexualizing her own child for content. Some users tagged TikTok moderators. Others said they had already filed reports with CPS. And that's when the hashtag protect Shirley's daughter began trending. Shirley, being Shirley, didn't back down. She doubled down, posting another video mocking the people who think they can tell me how to raise my kid. She laughed off the idea that CPS would ever get involved, claiming her daughter has the best life anyone could ask for.
To call DHS on me about my child that's well taken care of. Y'all are sick.
Recently took to Facebook Live to clap back at haters who called DHS and CPS on her, claiming her daughter had an OnlyFans account.
And told DHS and the police station, OnlyFans. It's fan page. It's not no OnlyFans. If you go to Miss Shirley Dance Universe, in parentheses, it has fans only. It's for her fans only.
Now, for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with Miss Shirley, she is a little girl who's known for her line dancing, been garnering attention for the last few years, but she recently blew up after social users saw her do boots on the ground with the fam. In a recent Facebook Live, her mother went on to say how Shirley has to get a forensic test to prove that she is not being abused.
So she gotta go in for a forensic investigation. They wanna know, have somebody touch her. Why the fuck my baby 4 years old gotta go do some shit?
They had to
And that the internet needs to mind its business. But what Shirley didn't know was that behind the scenes, several former friends and even a couple of ex-collaborators were allegedly compiling receipts to send to authorities. One insider claimed that they had video proof of Shirley making her daughter redo takes until she cried, and screenshots of her venting in private messages about how these videos are the only thing paying the bills right now. By the time news broke that CPS had been contacted, the internet was divided. Half of her followers were defending her, saying she was just a tough mom with a sense of humor, while the other half was calling for her to be deplatformed entirely, and that's when she snapped. Her now infamous livestream, the one we'll break down in detail in the next section, wasn't just an angry rant. It was a public declaration of war against anyone who dared to challenge her. And while she claimed that CPS came and went with no problem, the way she kept bringing it up, almost like she was trying to convince herself, made people wonder if there was more to the story, because if the rumors are true, CPS didn't just visit. They left with questions, and they might be coming back. And if that happens, Miss Shirley's TikTok empire could crumble overnight. It was a Tuesday night, and Miss Shirley had been unusually quiet all day. No TikToks, no Instagram stories, no live streams, not even a cryptic meme. For a creator who posted multiple times daily, the silence felt suspicious. Then, without warning, she went live. The moment her face popped up on the screen, you could feel the tension. No makeup, hair pulled back into a messy bun, eyes red whether from crying or pure rage. No one could tell. She didn't waste a single second on greetings. So y'all think it's funny? Y'all think it's cute to call CPS on me? She yelled, her voice cracking from the first word. The chat blew up instantly. Some people flooded the comments with hearts and messages of support. Others taunted her, dropping "Protect Shirley Shadadorda" and "We told you so" in all caps. Shirley pointed straight at the camera, her hand shaking. "Let me make this real clear, my daughter is fine. She's happy. She's taken care of. But some of y'all with your miserable lives can't stand to see us doing well. You think you're heroes? You're clowns." She went on to name usernames, full usernames, reading them out loud and accusing each person of being part of the hate mob. Then she turned to her daughter, who was sitting just off camera, and called her over. "Baby, tell them you're fine. Tell them you like making videos with mommy." The little girl shuffled into frame, smiling nervously. "I'm fine," she said softly, but the audience noticed something chilling: the way the child glanced off screen right before speaking, almost like she was looking for approval. Screenshots of that exact moment would later circulate online, with captions like "This doesn't feel right" and "Look at her eyes." Shirley wrapped an arm around her daughter and kissed her forehead. "See? Y'all are just making stuff up because you're jealous." Then came the first bombshell. A username that Momterocypes dropped a comment in all caps. "Shirley, stop lying. CPS came yesterday and they're coming back. I have the paperwork." The live chat went insane. People begged for proof. Others spammed "liar" at Shirley, and some even told her to end the stream before she made it worse. Shirley froze for a split second, just long enough for viewers to notice, before launching into a defensive rant. "Y'all believe anything? That's not true. They came. They saw. They left. My house is fine. My kid is fine. You people are sick for wishing otherwise." But while she was still ranting, a knock sounded from somewhere in her house. She went silent. The camera stayed on, catching the sound of her footsteps as she moved toward the door. You could hear muffled voices, then Shirley's voice rising sharply. "This is harassment. I told you we're fine." The live chat exploded. Some viewers swore they heard someone introduce themselves as being from Child Protective Services. Others claimed it was just a delivery. When Shirley came back to the camera, her hands were visibly shaking. "See? Just some random person. Y'all really think I'm scared? I'm not scared. You can't take my kid away from me. I'm her mother. I know what's best." But her voice was no longer confident, it was defensive, almost frantic. And the way she avoided making eye contact with the camera made people think she was scared. The twist? While Shirley was still alive, Mom Terasipes posted a TikTok showing what they claimed was an official notice from CPS scheduling a follow-up visit for Thursday at p.m. The document with certain details blurred spread across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok within minutes. Suddenly, Shirley's live stream wasn't just entertainment, it was evidence. And that's when she made a choice that would change the entire narrative. She ended the live abruptly, and within an hour, every single one of her videos featuring her daughter was gone. The internet barely had time to process Miss Shirley's sudden silence before the real firestorm began. When fans went to her TikTok profile, they were stunned. Every single video featuring her daughter was gone. The clips that once racked up millions of views, the viral skits, the choreographed dances, even the controversial prank videos that had sparked debates, all wiped clean in one night. Her bio, which used to read "single mom making memories," now simply said, "Don't believe everything you hear." That's when people started digging, and what they found sent shockwaves through the already tense drama. One self-proclaimed insider, an anonymous TikTok user named @HouseTaspler, claimed to have been friends with Shirley for years. In a series of stitched videos, they alleged Shirley had been planning to rebrand her account and move away from family content for weeks, not because she wanted privacy, but because brands were starting to back away. She was getting messages from sponsors asking if her daughter would be in the ads, the insider said. When she told them yes, some of them ghosted her. There were whispers in the influencer space that she was on a watch list for unsafe child participation in content. The CPS call? That just sped things up. Fans didn't know what to believe. Was this a case of a mother genuinely protecting her child, or a desperate move to protect her income? Then, like throwing gasoline on an already blazing fire, Mom Terasipes dropped another video, this time with alleged DMs from Shirley herself. The messages read, "They're gonna try to take my kid over jealousy. I know the visit is Thursday. I'll make sure she's not here." The second line sent social media into chaos. Not here? Did Shirley mean she was going to hide her daughter from CPS? Twitter exploded with hashtags like #Where is Shirley's daughter? And #ProtectHerNow. TikTokers began posting theories, with some suggesting Shirley might send her daughter to stay with relatives out of state. Others speculated she'd keep the child off camera entirely until the case was closed, if it ever was. But just when the dust seemed ready to settle, Shirley broke her silence again. Not with a video, but with a cryptic Instagram story. It was a black screen with white text. "Y'all about to see the real me. No edits, no filters, no mercy." She tagged no one, explained nothing, and deleted the post after just 10 minutes. But of course, screenshots were everywhere. Theories ran wild. Some thought she was preparing to drop a tell-all live stream. Others believed she was about to name the person who reported her to CPS. A few even suggested she might have damning proof that the entire investigation was a setup by rival TikTok moms. Then came the most shocking turn yet. A local news outlet, the kind that covers small-town scandals, ran a short segment saying CPS had confirmed they were actively investigating a case involving a local social media personality. They didn't name Shirley, but the description left little doubt. And in that same report, the journalist claimed a second complaint had been filed that week. If true, it meant someone or multiple people weren't stopping. This wasn't just one angry viewer. This was an ongoing campaign. Shirley, of course, denied everything. She posted a single, shaky selfie video saying, "They can't break me. I'm not scared. I know the truth. My daughter is safe." But her eyes told a different story. What the audience didn't know yet was that another insider was about to come forward, and their story would make even her most loyal supporters question everything. The moment local news hinted that Miss Shirley was officially under investigation, the drama stopped being just TikTok tea and became mainstream scandal. Suddenly, people who had never even watched her videos were weighing in, and the comment sections turned into full-scale battle zones. On Twitter, #Ms. Shirley trended for hours, alongside #ProtectHerDaughter and #CancelShirley. Influencers, gossip, Bloggers and even reality TV stars started chiming in. A well-known parenting vlogger, My Loves Mom Life, tweeted, "This is why I never show my child's face online. Clout ain't worth their safety. Learn from this." Meanwhile, a controversial ex-TikToker named Vexposed, who had famously been banned for child endangerment content, went live and claimed Shirley was the fakest protective mom ever. "I've seen her push that little girl to film when she was crying. You'll think she's sweet 'cause she smiles on camera. Nah, she's all about the clicks and gifts," V said, smirking. The accusations lit a fuse. Shirley's defenders came out, swinging, saying V was just jealous and using the moment to claw back attention. But the more people defended her, the more others started posting clips that looked bad out of context, moments where her daughter seemed uncomfortable, reluctant, or upset. By the end of the day, 3 major brands quietly unfollowed Shirley on Instagram. One even removed her from an upcoming TikTok campaign roster, a move fans noticed instantly. And then the celebrity comments started. Rapper Saweetie commented under a Shade Room post about Shirley, "This is messy, but if y'all lying on this woman, that's foul." Reality star Tokyo Vanity took the opposite stance, tweeting, "Kids ain't props. I said what I said." Even YouTuber turned TV host Lily Singh jumped in, without naming names. "The internet is not your babysitter. If you're mad that people are holding you accountable for how you treat your kids online, maybe rethink your content." The division was deep. Some argued that Shirley's daughter looked happy in most videos and that the outrage was performative parenting from strangers who didn't actually care. Others insisted that just because a child smiles doesn't mean they aren't being exploited. Meanwhile, TikTok's own algorithm seemed to push the drama even harder. Videos with Shirley's name or face were suddenly getting millions of views, even from small creators. Duets, stitches, and reaction clips flooded the app. One viral video, posted by @tlover94, showed side-by-side clips of Shirley's earlier fun content compared to her more recent rage live streams. The caption read, "From fun mom to unhinged meltdown in under a year," it got 3.4 million views in 24 hours. Shirley wasn't silent though. She started leaving cryptic comments like, "Y'all really think you know me? Lies travel faster than the truth." But the problem was, the more she said, the more people wanted to dig, and then, out of nowhere, her own sister allegedly joined the conversation. In a now-deleted Facebook post, she wrote, "Family first, but sometimes you gotta tell the truth. She needs help, not followers." It was screenshotted within minutes and spread across every gossip page. By now, the fan war had turned into something bigger. The influencer world was watching closely. Brands were making moves behind the scenes, and Shirley's silence about the second complaint was raising more suspicion than ever. And that's when the final twist dropped. One that would drag this drama to a level no one expected, just when the storm seemed to be peaking. A late-night TikTok clip from an anonymous account detonated the situation beyond repair. The account, called at Truth for Her Daughter, had 0 followers before going live, but by the time it ended, it had tens of thousands. The voice on the live was disguised, deepened, distorted, but the claims were impossible to ignore. This mystery whistleblower said they had worked closely with Miss Shirley for months and had seen firsthand the way she treated her daughter off camera. She doesn't care if her kid is tired, crying, or sick. If there's a brand deal, they're filming. If there's a trend, they're filming. And when the cameras are off, that sweet voice you'll know, it disappears. The live included blurry screenshots of what looked like direct messages between Shirley and a brand representative. In them, Shirley allegedly wrote, "She's gonna do it. Just send the contract. I'll make her smile for the camera." The whistleblower claimed these screenshots were already in the hands of CPS and that the second investigation wasn't just rumor. It was active and escalating. Within minutes, the live was clipped and reposted everywhere. Fans were split between believing it and calling it a calculated smear campaign. But the damage was already done. Shirley responded not with a live stream this time, but with a cryptic black screen Instagram story that read, "They're coming for me." And it's working. The The story vanished after 10 minutes. But not before thousands of people screenshotted it. Then came the biggest shock of the night. A reporter from a local TV station tweeted that they had confirmed an official CPS visit to Shirley's home within the past 48 hours. They added that further interviews were scheduled. That was enough to make even her most loyal defenders go quiet. Rumors started swirling that Shirley might lose custody temporarily, something no one, not even her harshest critics, thought was actually on the table. The thought of her TikTok empire crumbling overnight was suddenly a very real possibility. And just when you thought this couldn't get messier, the anonymous whistleblower posted one final TikTok before their account disappeared. It was just 3 words: check her laptop. No one knows exactly what that means, but the implication alone was enough to set the internet on fire. If what they're hinting at is true, this saga isn't even close to over. In fact, it might be about to get much worse. So now we're left with the biggest question of all: is Miss Shirley the victim of a ruthless online smear campaign? Or is this the moment the mask finally slipped and the truth about her parenting comes crashing down? Because right now, the stakes couldn't be higher. We're talking about a woman who built her entire platform, her fame, her income, her identity around her daughter's face and personality. If CPS finds even a shred of truth in these accusations, it's not just about losing followers. She could lose custody. But here's where you come in. I want to hear from you. Do you believe the anonymous whistleblower? Do those alleged screenshots feel real to you? Or could they be fake just to bring a TikTok creator down? And what about the check her laptop warning? Is it just an empty scare tactic? Or the key to uncovering something far darker than we've seen so far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I'm telling you right now, this isn't the end. We already know new clips are circulating in private group chats, and there's talk of a leaked video that could hit the timeline any day now. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, because the second more information drops, whether it's an update from CPS, a brand pulling out, or Miss Shirley going live again, I'll be right here breaking it all down for you. And trust me, the next chapter in this story might just be the most explosive yet. So buckle up, because if this is the calm before the storm, you have no idea what's coming next.